just got to LaGuardia. It is 5:45 in the morning and we got a deadhead over to Cleveland. I picked up this trip out of Detroit, so I'm New York based, but there was a premium trip in open time in Detroit that fit my schedule, so I got it. And we're deadheading over to Cleveland right now to start that trip because it was a deadhead to Cleveland to start, so I just picked an alternate deadhead. So today's day 1 of 4. Come along, it should be a good time. All right, we made it over to Cleveland. I have about 3 hours before we get going here, so I went and got some Chick-fil-A, got some breakfast. I was super hungry on the plane, so I definitely had to grab that, but gonna eat this, chill out a little bit, and yeah, I was able to get a little bit of sleep on the plane, so that was good. It's gonna be a long day, but got an energy drink too, so we'll drink that beforehand, and then we go over to LaGuardia for the first leg. So should be fun. See you guys in a little bit. Alright, so I'm really starting to regret taking the early flight here this morning. For some reason in my mind I was thinking 11:40, I gotta be in Cleveland at 11:40, but that was my report time in Detroit. My flight in Cleveland isn't out till 3:30, so I really didn't have to be here till right before 3 o'clock. But the weather in LaGuardia last night was pretty bad. The weather in Cleveland was actually really bad. I mean, I've heard that most of Cleveland doesn't even have power for like the next 3 days. So I didn't know how Tropical Storm Debbie was really gonna shake things up today. So played it safe. Usually we're pay protected, but my one buddy told me that I might not be since I chose an alternate deadhead to get here. I'm not 100% sure, but that's something I gotta look up in the contract when I get a free minute to look at it. But yeah, I am back at the cafeteria right now. I got some steak and rice that I made last night, and I was gonna get Chick-fil-A again, but I'm trying to not spend as much money on airport food and save the money for when I go out with the crew or go out and try to find something around the hotel or whatever. So not doing Chick-fil-A again for the second time. Unfortunately, I really wanted it, but gotta save that money for better things, right? So we're gonna eat this. Got about 2 hours before the first leg starts. So yeah, I will see you guys in a little bit. Alrighty, we are finally going flying, headed over to LaGuardia. Met up with the crew about 20 minutes ago and got the same crew for the next 4 days, which is gonna be really good. I've flown with one of them before, super cool guy. So hopefully gonna have a couple good layovers. And yeah, just over an hour and a half over to LaGuardia. Weather here is a little windy, but in LaGuardia, it looks like we might be doing a nice approach down to Min. All right, we made it over to LaGuardia. The weather here it's a little iffy. It's not horrible, but there is about 40 airplanes out in line right now. So we have a quick turn, and then we're just going to hop in that mess that's out there. So I anticipate we're going to be taxiing for a little while before we are able to get off the runway and head towards Dayton.
Barely wanted to latch us to the bags and call.
All right, and that's a wrap on day 1. When I say it was a long day, it was a long day. Woke up at 4:30 this morning and then had that really early deadhead and sat in Cleveland for a good 5 hours. And then the first leg of the trip actually was not that bad. So we went from Cleveland over to LaGuardia. The second we landed in LaGuardia, the line, you just see it when you land it. There were a ton of people lined up, and we ended up sitting on the ground. When we left LaGuardia to come over to Dayton, we were sitting for, it was almost 2 hours on the ground, and then we were finally able to go. So it was just, there was a bunch of traffic trying to get out and then get in. So there was holding going on outbound, and then there was holding going on inbound, and then they were closing fixes, opening them, and then they were separating traffic over a certain fix every 8 minutes. So we kind of got trapped in that, but we eventually got to go. The flight over to Dayton was pretty easy. But yeah, it's been a long day. I am currently Just chowing down on some steak and rice. I already ate the chicken. I was so hungry. I've only had like 2 real meals today. So yeah, I was just starving when I got in this room and I just went to town. So other than that, that is it for day 1. Day 2 tomorrow. We go back to LaGuardia again. So hopefully LaGuardia tomorrow is a little bit better. But tomorrow we go back to, we're in Bangor, Maine tomorrow night. We have a pretty good and long layover. Unfortunately, there's not a ton to do in Bangor, but hotel restaurant has some really good pie and some really good food that I'm looking forward to. I was just there a couple days ago, and the pie and ice cream, man, I tell you, that was so good. So definitely gonna be getting some of that. And then one of the flight attendants, he was talking about renting a car, and I know me and the captain were talking about trying to go find a lobster roll because they got good lobster rolls up there. So I think that's the plan for tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this, get ready for bed, and hit the hay. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Peace. All right, we made it to the airplane. It is 8 o'clock. We're going over to LaGuardia. I got a bagel sandwich I need to eat really quick and have an energy drink because it was a min rest last night. And so yeah, going over to LaGuardia, then up to Bangor. Day 2 begins now. All right, that's a wrap on day 2, or at least day 2 of working. We just got to the hotel in Bangor, Maine. So it is almost, it's going on 1:30 right now. So we got to the airport and the hotel is just attached to the airport. So you just take a sky bridge right across, but got a good amount of time until our flight tomorrow morning. So we have a 6:36 report and then the departure's right after 7 o'clock. So pretty decent layover here in Bangor. There's not a ton to do here, but I have a pretty good crew. So it should be pretty fun. See you guys wherever we end up. All right, good morning everyone. Day 3 of 4 begins now from a very rainy Bangor, Maine, down to JFK and then up to Montreal. It should be a pretty fun day. All right, that's leg 1 of 2 done. Now we're going up to Montreal. It is super windy here in JFK. Looks like there's gonna be a ton of rain en route. Doesn't look like there's gonna be any storms, but definitely gonna be a little rainy once we get over to Montreal. All right, and that's a wrap on day 3. We just got to the hotel here in Montreal. The weather here is pretty crappy, not gonna lie. So, I mean, just rainy, kind of gray, clouds are low, and yeah. So not the best weather, but that's okay. This morning, it was a pretty easy morning for the most part. First leg went really smooth. Second leg, we were in JFK and, you know, New York City weather. There were a bunch of routes that were closing to a bunch of flights that were going south, west. And then when we were getting ready to go north and we were coming from JFK up to Montreal. So we were thinking, oh no, we're not gonna be able to get to go. But our route didn't close because the fixes that we had, none of them were closed to any traffic. We weren't in trail of anyone. So ended up working out for us. We did sit on the ground for around an hour and 10 minutes. So not super long, but also not the shortest, but it's okay. We're here before 1 o'clock. So like I said, just got in the hotel room right now. I'm gonna get changed, grab some espresso from this Nespresso machine that's in this hotel room because it's, I don't know what it is, way better than like a Keurig K-Cup. I love it here. And then we're gonna go get a bus, I'm pretty sure, go downtown, find some food. And yeah, I've never been downtown here, so I'm pretty excited. The other crew members that have been here have been downtown. So they have a couple places that we're gonna go to. So it should be a good time. These were definitely not the right shoes to bring, especially with the rain. I always bring more. I didn't think it was gonna be bad weather, but I guess we gotta do what we gotta do, right? The weather outside right now easily just got like 10 times worse. I'm not gonna lie, I probably should have brought pants too. I was thinking about it, and then when I was packing for this trip, I ended up having so much stuff in my suitcase, and I wanted to bring a hoodie because every single time I've been on these overnights lately in these hotels, they've been freezing. Obviously I have, you know, control over the thermostat, but I don't like sleeping when it's hot, and I gotta make sure it's cold in the room before I go to sleep. So you gotta do what you gotta do. So I brought a hoodie and a long sleeve to cover up with when I'm, or at least for when I was trying to commute to Cleveland to start this trip. I brought that, and it was cold in New York for like the first time since, I don't know, spring. So I brought that, and I just didn't have enough room in my suitcase. So here we are with shorts and tennis shoes. I'm definitely not gonna look like I'm from here at all. Oh well, it should be fun. Back at the hotel. That's a wrap on day 3 of this 4-day trip in Montreal. Tomorrow is day 4 and go home day. Super pumped to be able to get back. The weather should be good tomorrow. Unlike this, as you can tell, the weather here in Montreal is absolutely horrible. I walked into the hotel about 30 minutes ago. Weather was really bad. Then it cleared up a little bit, and then it got really bad again, and now it's kind of clear, and it's probably gonna get bad again, given the trend that's kind of taking place today. But yeah, go back tomorrow. We got a 5:15 report, so got to get up around 4 o'clock because you have to, in Montreal, they like to do all sorts of different stuff in terms of getting you through security, and you got to go get a boarding pass and whatnot. So hopefully it's not too busy in the morning. Hopefully we just get to the gate and get done. We have 2 legs tomorrow, and then I have to deadhead back to Detroit, and then hopefully catch a flight back to New York since this trip was out of Detroit. So hopefully that looks good. Hopefully the weather didn't mess that up for me tomorrow, because if I wait in Rochester to take a flight back, I gotta wait like 5 hours, and then I won't get back till like 9 o'clock at night. So definitely don't wanna do that, but excited to get back tomorrow and kind of get back on a routine, because I haven't hit the gym like the last 5 days. And I was kind of just, I don't know, I wasn't really feeling it in the gym lately. So I think this is a good reset, kind of just eating whatever, enjoying my time. And when I get back, hopefully we'll try to run again, since my ankle is feeling a whole lot better finally. And yeah, just get some good food in me, get some exercise, hit a lift and a run tomorrow when we get back. And hopefully we'll be feeling a whole lot better, because we have 1 day off on Sunday and then go back out for a 3-day on Monday. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night. All right, good morning everyone. It is early, let's put it that way. I think it's like 4:15 right now. I got up like 15 minutes ago. I just took a shower. What I will say is I realized that last night when I was telling you guys what I was doing in terms of getting out of here in the morning, I think I said that I had to get a boarding pass to Deadhead. I must have been pretty tired, because I am in fact not deadheading out of here. I am definitely flying, so no deadhead today. What's going on, everyone? It's been a couple weeks since that 4-day trip I was on. I'm currently just hanging out on the roof of my apartment building here in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Super cool view, super grateful that I have this to come to whenever I'm home. I don't really get to experience it and enjoy it that often because I'm always at work, partially my fault. But yeah, when it's super nice and sunny, it's great to kind of just come up here and hang out. But yeah, like I said, a couple weeks since the 4-day trip. I remember when I got home, I was just super tired. I had a ton to do to kind of reset because I only had 1 day off, and then I went on to another 3-day trip. So didn't get to this video, but I'm getting to it now. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Super exciting news coming up. So I'm no longer on reserve for September, and hopefully moving forward from there. So I know all the trips that I'm doing next month, which is super good for me. I can plan it out, and I'm hopefully gonna be able to crank out some more of these videos for you guys. But if you guys enjoyed the video, as always, please leave a like, a comment, and hit that subscribe button. When I posted that first video, I didn't think that I was even gonna get 100 views, let alone I think we're over 4,000 now, and we're already getting up to 350 subscribers, which, you know, that's a small number, but it's way bigger than I would have ever imagined, to be honest with you guys. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, and I'm super pumped to keep showing you guys kind of the life as an airline pilot and what's to come. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.